Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode. I am freezing my butt off. I just got out, I'm in northern Wisconsin. It's May 20th and it's 42 degrees, and like normal for the spring, it's blowing. But I'm hoping we can catch a few pre-spawn smallmouth because they're not up on beds yet. At least I don't expect them to be. The water temp is still in the mid to upper 50s, depending on where you're at on the lakes. But we're going to see if we can catch them. I'm putting on my tried and true guppy head. As you can see, I've got a bunch here. I'm going to start off with a 3/16 ounce, and I'm going to throw the 3/0. I've got here a 3.3 Swimbait. I like to throw the 3/0 with the 3.3, and if I'm throwing smaller than that, like a 2.8, that's when I like to go with the 1/0 size. But with these bigger fish, which I'm hoping to find today, I do like to go with the 3/0. Although the 1/0 works fine for a 3.3. But we're going to go with that. We're going to give it a start, see what we can find, and then move on. But I'm hoping the bite should be pretty good. These fish got to be really close to the spawning areas, so I'm going to set up kind of on that first break right outside of a spawning flat, whether that's a point or just a break line. That's what we're after. You want to find some of those rock transition areas where you've got a little bit of sand, a little bit of gravel, maybe some bigger rocks mixed in. So that's what we're after from a rod and reel perspective here. I'm actually going with a longer light action rod just because we've got a little bit of wind here and I want to get some longer casts, because if the fish are up on these flats, sometimes they can be pretty spooky, so a long cast can be really important. So I've got here a 7.5 foot medium light. It's the MGXtreme. It's a rod that I like to use for light finesse rods, but it's a really good small swim bait rod as well. And then I've just got it paired here with a Garcia MGXtreme reel, and then I've got a 10-pound braid line to about a 15-foot 8-pound 100% fluorocarbon leader. So let's get after it. Let's see if we can catch a few. I need to start moving to warm up a little bit, and let's see if we can get something going. There's one. Not a bad one. Not a giant, but not a bad one. Look how deep that guppy head is. Oh, come here, fish. A 3-pounder. He ate that thing. That's a nice 3.25 pounder. Good chunky fish. On the old guppy head. The thing with the guppy head is you really just, it's like a do nothing bait. The key, in my opinion, is you take it and you throw it out, you let it hit the bottom, and then you just slow retrieve it. If you think you got too high off the bottom, at that point you just kill it, but you keep a tight line, so you just let it pendulum back down to the bottom. And you kind of do that 3-4 times per cast just to make sure that you're down If you want to be by the bottom, that's when you do it. If you want to stay higher up, you just do a straight retrieve. But it's a super simple do nothing bait that just catches them. And the hook is perfect. It holds really well, especially if you're catching better quality fish. You don't ever have the bait slide down because the fish eats the whole swim bait. You have more issue going through swim baits when you're using a smaller hook or a smaller bait, because the fish just they're pulling on the tail, but when they eat the whole thing, it's no big deal. And it's really pretty good snag resistant too, because that 90-degree angle, when you hit, it kind of rolls the tip of the hook up, which then allows you to be able to snap it free just like I did. Let's get another one. That warms you up when you catch one. So what I've got here is a big flat. This is a big spawning flat. We're sitting in about 9 foot of water. There's a bunch of isolated boulders. You can see down here on the active imaging, this is a big cluster of boulders right here, but it's just sand, boulder, 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 and then sand more after that. So I'm just trying to bring my bait past that stuff. I think we're a little early because they'll spawn around that, but right now I don't think they're up on the flat super good. I think they're still waiting to move up, but like if this were probably in another week, that would be enough to really get this bite going. But I think they're still off a little bit, so we're probably gonna have to slide off and fish more of the break line. But I wanted to try some of these flats with these high percentage targets to see if I could find them up top, because if they're up top, they're usually a lot more aggressive this time of year because they haven't spawned. Once they get on bed at that point, then they won't eat as much. But if you can get them before they start making beds in that pre-spawn mode and they're up on the flats, they normally will hit just about anything. There's one. That one does not feel big, but because it's a Walter. That sun feels good. Hopefully it'll get the fish fired up. There should be one right on that boulder. There he is, right on that boulder. Not a giant, but he was right on that boulder. Little fat football. There's one, finally, way up shallow. Nice one. That's a good one. That's a good one on the guppy head right there, guys. Nice 4 pound fish. Nice smallie. All right, he was way up shallow on top of the bar. Not where I was expecting him, but maybe I got to move up a little bit. The 2 fish I've had have been up a little shallower. I mean, in this case, I'm sitting in 10 foot of water, and I've been fishing the break line, which runs this way, and I just fired one up on top of the bar, which is about, I don't know, 3-4 feet. Plinked it off a rock, and he smacked it. So yeah, the sun's come out. Maybe they're moved up on top a little bit. Definitely a possibility. It's I'm really happy the sun came out because it's chilly out. I can't feel my hands right now, and yeah, well, let's see if we can catch another one. Maybe I'll try a little shallower. You gotta let the fish tell you where you want to be. I don't care where I need to catch them. I just like catching them. Shallow, deep, doesn't matter. They'll tell me where. Not a big one. That is a stocky short fish. Well, guys, I'm calling it a day. Got my few hours in. We caught a few fish. Didn't get the size that I was looking for, or the numbers I should say, but I don't know, we caught, I don't know, 6-7 bass, and yeah, not a terrible day. Guppy head catches them. Caught a couple walleye mixed in. I don't know what will make the video, but we'll have a little video out of this, but I'm gonna get going. Until next time, I'll see you tomorrow.